Jason, what bike do you have?
Trekker RSL SLR.
But you have done some significant modification to this, haven't you?
Yes, it's one by ceramic speed, some drillium all over, holes drilled and everything that will take a drill bit basically. Loads of super glue, Garmin saddle, which comes off.
A detachable saddle.
Yeah.
So you started this race with the saddle on, presumably.
Yeah, I finished with it too, but I kicked it off when I fell off.
Ah.
In the ditch a second ago.
Oh, okay, fine. Well, I think in that case we have to try and weigh it with the saddle on. If you rode it with the saddle
please,
on.
Yeah.
5.45.
This is for psychological problems I have.
Okay.
That I strip it down. It's the engineering process more than the effect of the weight coming up the hill.
Interesting.
If the legs stop working, it doesn't matter what you're riding.
Do you want to re-weigh it? Because I'm not sure it's 5.5.
You want to re-weigh it?
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure.
You don't trust Jimmy's scales? 5.85.
I said 6.
Okay, result.
Yeah.
Harry Hudson, tell me a little bit about your bike, because it looks very cool.
It's got AliExpress things on, these brakes, and then the super light crankset. The really light one, the Raceworks 500 grams one. Seat post AliExpress.
What's the frame set?
Vinier Mitus.
And what wheels are you running?
Bontrager ones, aeroless 3s.
That is a super light build. How did the event go for you today?
Apparently I won, I'm not sure. Won junior. I've been like 13.05.
If you've done it in 30 minutes, my best time's about 32 up there.
Yeah.
1.3. What's the bike weigh?
5.8.
Probably more than that. I've had bigger movements in the morning than that. Fair play, mate.
Thank you.
Do you know how much the bike cost all in?
Less than £1,000, like 750. But we already had the SRAM red from my old bike.
What's going on there?
No top cap. Yeah. I'm not sure how that's happened. My dad did that, but
Just to save some extra grams?
yeah, a few grams.
Fair play. That's a very cool looking bike.
It was a project, less than £1,000 to try and build up as light as we can.
I think you've succeeded.
Yeah, we
That's a
definitely
very
succeeded.
cool bike, and well done today.
Thank you.
My name's Wendy Matthew. I'm from Penge Cycle Club, and this is a second-hand Cannondale, not 100% sure of the year, a Super 6 Evo. There's lots of bits changed. The bottom bracket's been changed. It's turned into a 1x. It's got SRAM, 10-speed cassette, 34. Really like my wheels. They're Parcours Wheels. The handlebars are actually a little bit wider than I would normally take. I normally take 38. This is a 40. But I find actually climbing out of the saddle, I can put more force through with the wider handlebars. So that's actually quite nice. And nice and descending as well. I probably will change the saddle to a lighter saddle. I've got like this carbon metal blade one that I could steal from my husband. So the cassette is a titanium cassette for a mountain bike, KCNC, which on the last bit with the people shouting was a bit. The cassette was annoying. It was ghost shifting a bit, so that's one thing I can improve upon. And I probably could have been 15 seconds faster if it wasn't ghost shifting on me today. Usually I actually ride with one bottle case just because I commute to my races usually. And it's just easier. 22 grams has been removed this morning.
What type of bar tape is that?
It's plumber's tape.
Cladding of pipes and things like that.
Which is lighter.
Which, yeah, it just gives a little bit of grip, but there's no cushioning at all.
Not much weight. And people were telling me how it would absorb water and get heavy, but it has not.
How much did it weigh in the end with the guys?
5.9 with the head unit and the lights and the slightly heavier saddle. Considering that this bike was probably, with all the new parts we had to replace, bottom bracket, everything, slightly aero, not the most lightweight wheels, but slightly more aero type wheels. I think the budget for this bike's maybe £2,000, and I've heard people just buy parts where like the handlebars are like £3,000, and I'm like, seriously?
4.53.
4.53. That is easily the lightest bike we've had today. What have you done to it to make it so light?
Spent a fortune. Don't let me wife hear that. Or wife to be, because it's actually my stag do today.
Oh, what did you spend it?
And he's not cheated, it's got bar tape on.
Yeah, tell us what you've done.
I got a glue seat saddle, Darimo bars, Darimo seat clamp, some ridiculously light speed plates.
Yeah.
The original nanos, but I swapped out them to titanium, which they didn't do. A few other things like the wheels, the skewers, the brakes, the Calimo Lecky 8s.
Would you want to tell us how much it's cost you?
No,
Fair enough.
I might not be getting married.
I'm Chris Potts, and it's a custom build we've been working on for 18 months, bringing together for this hill climbing season. Wanted to make something super light, but at the same time where it was durable enough to be used for other purposes if I wasn't hill climbing. So didn't want to pigeonhole and go down the rim brake route, so we went disc. Excuse me, I'm still catching my breath. Yeah, so we started off the Athos S-Works frame, which is, of course, on a 58, bearing in mind it's a 58 frame, which is, so the bike is super light considering it's 58. For me, the super special bit is the Z wheels. We approached them and said, look, how light can you make some disc wheels? And lots of toing and throwing, titanium carbon spokes, and they come in at 860 grams. And they tell us they're the lightest disc set they've ever made for anyone. So that was really, really special. When you're getting older, you need a bit of help up the hills, you see. So the saddle is 63 grams, AX lightness, and then we've got Daramo. We had to wait a long time for it, but worth it. Daramo here, it's just making it super light, and we changed a whole load of the bolts over to titanium as well, so which saved a whole load of weight. So little bits here, an oversized pulley, Dura-Race. But yeah, it's an amazing bike to ride. And that feeling you get when you get a new bike, and that upgrading of feeling to a new bike, it was always pretty special. But getting on this for the first time, I was on the flat, and it was just awesome. The first few meters riding the bike, really, really special.
My name is Chris Hall, and this is a bicycle. It's a Cervelo R5, one of the previous generation models. So from like 2017. They released it in this cobbly design. I don't know why, to be honest. It was launched at Paris-Roubaix basically. So it's not paint on the bike, it's actually like a plastic wrap which is lighter than paint. And I went down a very, very deep rabbit hole with just trying to see how lightweight I can get it after doing this climb last year. The bike is built up with a mix of Dura-Ace and Shimano XTR Di2. So an XTR crankset because of wanting to run it one by, and it's just a cleaner chain line, and it deeper teeth on the crank so it doesn't drop the cassette, so it doesn't drop the chain. 34 chainring on the front, 1132 on the back. The finishing kit, so saddle, stem and handlebars are from Schmolka. It's fun to say.
Schmolka and a pancake.
Schmolka and a pancake, and they're just lightweight, pretty. The seat post is a custom-made one by a Spanish brand called Darimo, who basically, because Cervelo have a very specific, their own style D-shaped seat post, you can't put like a standard round one in effectively. But Darimo make them for like Factor, Cervelo, Pinarello, they make loads of them, they use at World Tour. But they're held together with string, which is kind of weird. The wheels are reserve of some form, reserve the shallowest ones they make. We built them up to make them lighter with bird spokes and extra light hubs, string spokes. You can play the guitar off them. The tyres are Schwalbe Pro 1 TT tyres.
What are you laughing at?
Beautiful guitar playing.
Please, can you insert like a beautiful riff then? Bow, 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 bow. Tyres are Schwalbe Pro 1 TTs, which is their lightest tyre. Hey, it's Harry. I've set them up tubed with tubalitos because they were lighter than running tubeless. Oh my goodness! Hey. Oh, it's also got a power meter on it. So the whole thing was basically building a bike up without chopping the bars. It has Garmin, power meter, not chopped handlebars. So it's actually still usable as a normal bike as opposed to being a really nuts hill climb bike. Do you want me to hold this?
5.95 kilos.
It's got heavier.
6.4.
What? How does this? What? I don't trust your scales, Francis.
Oh, broke it.
Well, it's 5.3, 5.5, 5.6.
5.61 kilos.
Bow, bow. I think I was 3 minutes faster than last year. It's not me. It's definitely not me. I didn't even wear a skin suit, mate. I wore
gimp suit.
Bow, bow.